I was sitting in my room one night with a bunch of stressed teenagers. The last thing I expected to hear was, "Hey Akira, can I color in one of your coloring books?" Yet that was exactly what I heard one Friday night. Even my friends who wouldn't be considered artsy jumped on the coloring bandwagon. That night we just took some time to be creative and just let some of our stress out and have fun. We live in a world where everything is go, 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 and this can make life really stressful. Even just with finals next week, many of us are realizing our grades are not what we want them to be, and maybe we haven't learned what we were supposed to this try. And so we're really stressed out trying to get ready just for those. Coloring can reduce this stress and help us through all of these stressful times. Good morning, I'm Akira Avra, and I love to color. When my friends asked if they could color and if I had the things to color, they didn't realize who they were talking to. I have everything that you could even think of to color with. I have colored pencils, crayons, markers, oil pastels, acrylic and oil paints, anything that you could even think of, and within minutes I had a box of coloring books and any medium you could think of in front of them. So, I find coloring a great way to spend my time, and I think that it can really help you reduce your stress and just take a breather and enjoy yourself for a bit. So today I will hopefully persuade all of you to take some time out of your day to color. And first I'd like to show you that many people suffer from stress overload and a lack of productivity. Second, I'd like to show you that coloring can reduce stress and it can increase your creativity and productivity. And third, if people are able to reduce their stress level and increase their level of productivity, they'll be happier and get more done. So first I want to highlight the problem our country has with stress and productivity shortage. With work, school, church callings, community involvement, and all of our other responsibilities, there's so much things that we can get stressed from, and it's making our society's stress level really high. All of these things are very important parts of our lives though, and so we don't really want to get rid of them, so we need to find a way to get rid of the stress without getting rid of those important things in our lives. In a study done by the American Psychological Association, when asked to rate their stress level on a scale of 1 to 10, the average American adult rated themselves a 4.9, which is halfway to a mental breakdown, because the scale was from 1 being totally relaxed and 10 being they're going to have a breakdown. So that's crazy that most of our nation is halfway towards a mental breakdown. This high level of stress has also manifested itself in the mental health world. A UCLA Higher Education Research Institute study found that first-year college students' sense of emotional well-being has dropped to its lowest level since 1985. Denise Ward, an associate dean for student services at Mountcastor College in St. Paul, Minnesota, said that anxiety has eclipsed depression as the top reason students seek counseling. According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, anxiety disorders are the most common mental illness in the U.S., affecting 40 million adults in the U.S. age 18 or older, or 18% of the population. Students come to college feeling pressured to do better and better, more and more, and it's just never enough. I feel like all of these statistics could be related to high school as well. In my survey, this class proved to be more stressed than the average American. On the same scale as the American Psychological Association survey, 1 to 10, this class's average stress level was a 6.9. To add to that, a third of you said that you feel stressed every day. This shows just how much a stress reliever is needed just in our class alone. Stress isn't the only problem our class is having though. 56% of our class reported having a hard time being creative and or productive, and 30% don't take a break to do something they like to do on an average day. I didn't fully realize how much of a problem this actually was until I got the results back from my survey. But now that I do, I'd like to offer you guys a solution. There are many things that claim to relieve stress. Listening to music, talking to friends, exercising, and all of these things can help. But why not have multiple ways to reduce your stress? If you have multiple ways to reduce your stress, you'll be able to choose which one works best for you, and you'll never get bored of one technique and let it become routine. I would like to propose that one of the techniques that you use is coloring. Coloring is a fun, easy way to reduce your stress and increase your creativity and productivity. Coloring can help you with all these things, and Karen Cooper, a publisher of Lifestyle Crafts and Design, has indicated, coloring is a stepping stone to an array of beginner crafts. There's something very satisfying about being able to creatively express oneself without much instruction, time, or effort. Coloring allows you to take a much-needed break from your responsibilities and the worry, fear, and anxiety that cause stress. It can help you relax, clear your mind, and even cope with difficult emotions. Clinical psychologist Ben Michaelis, who has recommended coloring books to some of his clients, explains, distress usually comes from external pressures or internal fears of things that you cannot control. When you are coloring, you are engaged in a highly structured activity that is generally not goal-oriented. It changes your focus to something more manageable, and as a result, you experience less distress. Even if coloring does not help people process negative feelings directly, it may at least offer an effective form of relief. A 2012 study in psychological science showed that people who took a break from problem solving by engaging in a deliberately easy activity, which corresponded with an increase in mind wandering, fared better on subsequent tasks. A mental pit stop in the form of a coloring session may help you get ready for hard things ahead. There's also some evidence that in combination with other activities, repetitive penciling can help your concentration levels. A 2009 study found that participants who shaded in shapes while listening to a recorded message remembered more details than those who did not. According to Claire Zadulias, a creativity researcher at the University of California, Santa Barbara, the experience of coloring might inspire a relatively mindful state with some mind wandering. People from all over the country have tested this technique and have found it useful and reliable. In Phoenix, Arizona, 911 operators color to reduce their stress, and in New York, students at Niagara College can go to their library and make use of the library's indoor putting green, video games, Legos, and coloring books, all part of the library's stress-busting station. In San Diego, Elizabeth Mansour, a health and wellness coach, holds monthly 2-hour Color Yourself Calm sessions in her home for up to 10 people. The fee is only $5. First, they sit and meditate for 5 minutes to calm everybody down, and next they have introductions, tea, and cookies. Third, all phones are turned off. While the participants are coloring, Miss Mansour plays calming music and lights lavender-scented candles. After the coloring, the participants show one another their pictures and discuss their feelings about them. Now I know that Miss Mansour's class may seem a little out there, and that's why I'm not here to persuade you to attend one of her classes. I'm simply here to tell you to be more imaginative and color your stress away. Some may say that coloring books are hard to find, expensive, or that the only coloring books available are the girly, flowery, and rainbow type. But I'm here to refute that and show you that many of those statements are inconsistent. Coloring books are way easier to find than most may believe, and they can be picked up for super cheap. And there are many different kinds of coloring books, rather than just the girly kind. So, at the end of 2015, 8 of the top 20 best-selling books on Amazon were coloring books designed for adults. Amazon has some of these coloring books for less than $5. Last, because what relaxes people is so varied, there are a variety of coloring books to choose from that each person might find interesting to them. From Alice in Wonderland to superheroes to Harry Potter to even swear words, the coloring industry has it all. So, a girl named Sarah from Los Cerros Middle School has said, "Art is your personal diary where you may color your thoughts and emotions on a page." This quote sums up coloring for me. If you need a way to let out some of your feelings, coloring can be that outlet for you. Now that I've shown you the benefits of coloring, let's look towards the future. Imagine a world where everybody is stressed all the time. You may not think that's that far away since a third of you already feel stressed every day. But a lack of productivity can cause stress, which can cause anxiety, which can cause lack of sleep, which can then in turn cause many physical and emotional problems with your physical and emotional well-being. This is why we need to color. Imagine cutting your stress level in half and getting amazing new ideas. Imagine staying focused and getting more done. This may seem too easy, but with just a box of crayons or colored pencils, all of this is possible. Today I've pled with you to grab a crayon and start coloring. First, I opened your eyes to the problem stress and lack of creativity and productivity is just in our classroom and society as a whole. Second, I presented a solution to our stress issue, coloring. And third, I demonstrated what life could be like if we all just took a few minutes each day for a mental pit stop. If you really want to change that stress level from a 6.9 to a 1, start coloring today. Start writing in your personal diary with every color and coloring book that you choose. I'll help you out with the first coloring page as I've brought one for all of you today, but the rest is up to you.